to the fat boy, Jarrell Miller. Get yourself up here, bring 100 grand with you, me and you'll have a fight in the ring. Winner take all, cash. I put you down 7 times in Lancashire. I'll put you down 10 times in Big Bear, California. You fat prick. Get yourself up here anytime, any place, anywhere. If you want to spar or you want a bare-knuckle fight, get yourself up here. You fat prick. This is a call-out video to the fat boy.
Wow. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I have some new news concerning Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson Fury has been no stranger for calling people out. And this has just been leaked of his call out of Jarrell Miller. Okay. And he called Jarrell Miller out not for sanctioning Brawl, but for a sparring match or a bare-knuckle fight. Right? Now, the bare-knuckle fight or the sparring match would include $100,000 put down for winner takes all. And Tyson Fury claims that he put Jarrell Miller down 7 times in sparring in Lancaster. Okay. And when he did so, after he did so, he decided there's no use for this guy. There's no use for this guy. So he sent him packing. Okay. And when it got back to Jarrell Miller, as charismatic as he is, brash as he is, outspoken as he is, he really didn't have too much to say about that. He really wasn't opposed to it. And the way he responded, it makes me think that maybe Tyson Fury is right. Well, now hearing this, what Tyson Fury wanted to do with Jarrell Miller, I'm sold that Tyson Fury gave Jarrell Miller the business. Jarrell Miller couldn't reach that tall, lanky, longer guy in Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury caught him at the end of those punches, and he was putting him down. I think that's what it was, and we all know that Jarrell Miller, he struggles with staying in shape. You know, I mean, he fluctuates between 310 and like 280 or something like that, and if he comes in out of shape or whatever, he's useless. And I think that might have been one of those times. And we don't really know how competent he is of training because of the drugs. Okay, if you have that many drugs in your system, something tells me that maybe Jarrell Miller depends on supplements such as banned substances and stuff like that. Not even supplements, but I mean, they are definitely drugs of some sort to boost his morale, his confidence, you know, his mentality, because he struggles in that area. Okay. And the $100,000 call out for a bare-knuckle brawl, to me, shows that Tyson Fury is just confident that, hey, yeah, not only did I do that back then, which you're saying it didn't happen, but you're saying it didn't happen in little small responses like, nah, that didn't happen. You know, and the way he responded is kind of like, oh, what, you gonna believe everything here? What, you gonna believe that? I forget even what he said. Like, oh, I fucked the donkey. You gonna believe that too? What you gonna believe? And I'm like, no, you should have, like, that should have angered you more. You see what I'm saying? Jarrell Miller, it did not. It just, you know, he responded in a way like, you know, no. He should have blasted Tyson Fury, called him a liar, called him a bald-faced liar, called him a bald-faced liar. That should have happened. And it didn't happen. That's why I was like, you know, you can listen to how a person responds to things. He didn't put enough energy in it like he normally does. You know what I'm saying? He should have put a lot more energy in responding to a lie that someone says. He dropped you 7 times. Was it 5? Was it 3? He really didn't go into specifics either. See, that's the problem. Okay? Now, we know that Jarrell Miller sparred Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder gave him a concussion. And he claimed, oh, well, that was just after me. I was running, I was dehydrated, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? And then I sparred, and that's what it was. Yeah. But then with Tyson Fury said he dropped you 7 times, you really didn't have any detailed information to give anybody about what happened that day. If it was a lie, the first thing that a person would do is say, that's bullshit. He's lying. And you know what? I'm going to call him out on this bullshit when I see him. This is what really happened. And then you spill the beans and explain your side of what happened that day instead of the lie, quote unquote, that Tyson Fury is saying, right? That's the least you could do, but that wasn't done. Okay. It was not done at all. So I look at it like Tyson Fury was telling the truth, and he was willing to put up his own money, $100,000, to make sure that happened. Now here's the cheat sheet for you guys. Listen, this happened before Wilder Fury won. So that tells you that Fury, he wasn't a big balling man. He had been out of the sport for 3 years. You think he had a lot of money to throw around back then? Right? Like he fought Klitschko on the first go around. I mean, I don't know how much he made for his purse or whatever, but to say, hey, let me put up $100,000 and you put up $100,000, and then whoever wins takes all the cash. And coming from a person that doesn't have that, that lucrative amount of money, that he just had a payday or whatever, that would make sense, but he didn't. Maybe I guess that Sarafi fight or Safiri fight or Pianetta fight maybe. But if he's willing to take him, because those fight purses couldn't have been that massive, you know what I mean? And he's willing to put $100,000 up, that shows a lot about confidence of what he says happened that day. And coming from someone like Jarrell Miller that's just totally out of character and don't explain himself like he normally would, he was ready to slap the shit out of a person, a regular Joe Blow, for calling him a cheater. But then yet a guy that's well known, that's blasting your name, saying he dropped you 7 times in sparring, and allow someone like Anthony Joshua, that his rival, to use in a press conference against you, that says a lot. Okay, because now you're allowing that to spread. And even in the press conference, when Anthony Joshua said he's a little bitch, and Tyson Fury, he's a fairy puncher, Tyson Fury dropped you 7 times, right? You know what I'm saying? And he didn't really correct that at that time either. See, when lies are called, the first thing you want to do is discredit the lie with the truth. And he didn't do that also. In all the interviews, he didn't do that. He just tried to kind of bullshit his way around, the question that was asked him, or the accusation, right? That he went down 7 times. Coming from a guy like that, based off a guy with his history too, you have to consider this. His trainer himself said that, hey, he was against whatever he was doing. So whatever Jarrell Miller was doing, it was intentional, especially before the Joshua fight. I'm not sure about what happened last year, just saying, because that could have been for whatever. I don't think he's that dumb. But then again, it may not be a thing of being dumb. It may be a thing of being, drug abuse. Addicted to performance enhancing drugs. And believe it or not, a lot of people are, athletes, and, because I've seen documentaries about it, read up on this kind of stuff. It's not to get high. It's to, make you feel a certain way when you inject these drugs in your body that alters the way your mind and your body works. But remember, your body and your mind is altered on drugs, even performance enhancing drugs. So a lot of these guys take them, and they take them for confidence and stuff like that. So maybe Jarrell Miller was on that type of stuff. Regardless of that, Tyson Fury, as you guys heard at the beginning of this video, was willing to put $100,000 down to settle a score, right? It shows a lot. You guys tell me what you think about Tyson Fury blasting Jarrell Miller, challenging Jarrell Miller for a bare-knuckle brawl or a sparring match. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.